You okay?
Yeah.
Get your jacket, so the family is coming down. Line up.
Green bag. ఏం లేదు
Oh yeah, I didn't make the start. Look at that.
Yeah, just trying to find.
Yeah, just bring the start. We'll open up. Dad's already inside, so we'll tuck it in real quick and then because the guy was here earlier to put it,
Yeah, yeah,
but he can't put it because he's not here. And I'm gonna drop it off.
Sunday, my
They only did it.
Grill or put water in there.
Yeah.
ఇంకా ఫ్లవర్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా ఎవరు in the car?
Oh, they have a burger.
Oh, there is
Yeah. It's in the. Thank you.
I'll take that one.
అన్నీ అందులో పెట్టమను ఖాళీ అందులో పెట్టినాను కావాల్సింది నా పాత్ర నా పాత్ర తెచ్చినాను ట్రాన్స్ఫర్
You go out, where should I make the left? Left the kitchen. You can. Gotta watch it.
నా కార్లో నుంచి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేయమన్నాను ఖాళీకి శుద్ధి కప్పు చెప్పాను కార్ వేసుకొని వచ్చాను కదా నేను ఆ కార్లో ఉన్నాయి ఫ్లవర్స్ ఉన్నాయి ఈ వాసనలు పెట్టారు కదా ఫ్లవర్స్ అని అందులోనే ఉండాలి
Under black. Then there was some.
Go this one, go to a little close. When you get a good frame, capture it, okay? It's coming, right?
నేను వస్తేనే కరెక్ట్ చేస్తాను కారేనా అంతే
కారు ఎలా
పెద్ద
చేస్తావు?
తలం ఇంట్లో తలం ఎటువంటి కూడా నాకు తెలుసు నేనే వస్తాను మరి బండి కారు ట్యాక్సీ తీసుకొచ్చాను బండి మధ్య వస్తారు ఇప్పుడే నేను వస్తాను కూడా చేసుకోండి 10 minutes I checked.
Suti, I was telling you that
I will go from the outside. If you get good signal, cat ride. It's recording, right?
the two
Yeah.
things yet to go just a lady na entrance door.
And they're gone to get it. Green bag కూడా అంటున్నాను.
Plastic cover అందులో పెట్టాను
So
కదా.
most likely they put it in the same car with the flowers because it is not there anymore. And I'm going to get it shown.
ఆ టేబుల్ మీద పెట్టాను.
So it's not. So I don't know which car they put it. Everything is empty.
Can you rip me off a piece about that one? That way you can have slack when you turn.
Yeah.
Then it's not very far. They're just not here. So it's
Okay. No problem.
But they'll be here.
No problem.
Sunday will do. I will see you Sunday. Asanji, flowers.
Yeah, that's good, right? Sometime.
Yeah, we'll find when he gets here, whatever, so then.
keep it some time, and then we can use it. Just put, or I will keep it. Everything I will take care of.
This is yours?
No, this is his.
Oh, okay.
I wish.
Right. I went to Full Sail and they gave me this one. Yeah.
I'm trying to look into like some. So I'm trying to get into like a little bit of like content creating. So I'm trying to look like for like a small like.
A7.
Yeah.
That's all you need really. It's almost the same shit as this for a fraction of the price. Yeah, dude, that's good, man. Just keep at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of dabble in videography, photography, but my interest is mostly in the military. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
They'll teach you everything you need to do there, man.
You too? Oh, it was when I purchased this for 4,500. No more this camera thing.
Oh, yeah. That lens is stationary or it comes off?
No,
Like, can that lens go on this camera?
no,
No,
this fixed.
it's fixed. Okay.
The iPad is almost same one. Fixed. It was 5.
Oh, okay.
So we supposed to pick up yesterday. Today.
You want me to film the people coming in there?
Yeah.
So let's fix it this way.
A little bit of that. Okay, and when you don't cut it, okay. Don't cut it.
Got that, okay.
Or you could. Right now, we're just leaving it stationary right there. Seems like the people are going to start. So like this is the camera that's being played on the live stream right now. So yeah, so this is what people are seeing. This is like to show like, alright, this camera's on standby, and we have like another his iPhone connected to it. So right now, this is what people see. Yeah. So when I switch it, it'll change.
See this one?
Yeah, we're seeing this one. I'll be in control of this. Majority of the time.
Because that's a big problem that it is a lot of.
I get you. I can also like flag stuff.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
I think now stop record with the camera. So when they start here,
It's good to see you again. I'm meeting you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to 1 hour.
Yeah.
సో బౌల్ కూడా చాలా బెటర్ పెట్టడానికి ఛాన్స్ పెట్టాను.
చెప్పని అనుకున్నాను అటు వచ్చేది ఒకేసారి అన్నీ చేసేస్తాను బట్ట అని చేస్తారు రేపు ఒకేసారి ఓపెన్ చేద్దామంటే నేను రెడీ చేసేస్తాను మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ అప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ నాన్నాడు ఇంత నేను అంత కాటాలని కాడ ఉంటుంది కదా గ్యాస్ పెట్టాను తెచ్చిరా ఇంకా గబక్కన మనం వెళ్ళా గ్యారేజ్ డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు ఇక్కడ ఇంటికి ముందు ఆడ ఉందో లేదో నాకు అమ్మ అన్నీ ఉన్నాయండి అడుగు అన్నీ చేసేస్తాను ఎందుకు ఇప్పుడు చదవాలని వేస్తాను డోర్ ఓపెన్ చేసే దగ్గర ఏం చేస్తున్నారో తెలియదు
కుస్తీ పడుతున్నాడు
ఎవరు
సంగీతం దూరం కుస్తీ పడుతున్నాడు అది కష్టం అక్కడ వెళ్ళి
వెళ్ళిపోయాను కొన్న తాళాలు లేదంటే వెళ్ళిపోతారు లోపలికి కారు నేను చెప్తున్నాను కారులో కూర్చున్న తర్వాత బ్రింగ్ దట్ కార్ క్యారేజ్ డోర్ కీ అంటే అట్లా ఇచ్చేస్తే మనం ఏంటంటే నువ్వు ఇప్పుడు చూడు వెళ్ళి ఆ కార్ క్యారేజ్ డోరు నొప్పినా ఉంటే అది ఓపెన్ అయిపోతుంది వచ్చినారంటే ఉండలేదు
సొల్యూషన్ టెన్షన్ వస్తుంది.
Now we are trying to find the solution to open the door.
Probably have a key.
They forgot some flowers, so that's why they took flower for the casket.
Yeah. We just picked up now. Moving the water, you know, immediately I cannot take it. I was thinking about it.
There's a battery in the camera back. Get one battery.
No, see.
The camera back.
See, I don't have white side, right. So I cannot wear the other side. I might go to the heart. And then we go reading. Where? Oh.
Whenever you go there, no battery, you know, so that's why. Oh, you didn't take this down, right? Or this time? Take that one.
Yeah, good job.
Okay.
Good job.
The other side, the other side of
అతను పిలుస్తున్నాడు బాడీ ఇప్పుడు తీయాలి కదా
Yeah.
come Vijay, Sanjay, Vijay, Supi, Sangeeta.
right there. Yep. All right, yeah.
What happens with the big car?
Big car is actually you present that to dad who goes around him, or you have the option to actually put on the picture. Most of the time, you present it so when the priest gets here.
Priest.
Right. Some families do it before, some wait for the priest and then place it with the court. So right now it's there.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, look right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're there, so all that will go in. You don't want them in there to go now, but technically you're not supposed to take them out. So anything you bring, so for now, if you have any of the items you want to place in there, you buy it, holding up, like there's another pair of pants there. So that, that's, okay. So that's all.
Okay. Thank you. So,
That's good.
Yeah.
There's one.
that's okay. You know,
Can I both stay here and decide I'll sit up here. Can I come here? That's the next one. Sanjay. Stay with Sanjay. Yeah. Yeah.
Right now, we can talk, they can hear anything that we're saying. Acting with the priest, just make sure that there's no light. There's no light on that.
you guys prep, okay?
Thank
You can take the flowers that are there.
Getting that camera, right? Okay. They have some tradition with, I think it's in the music. Yes, if I show that.
You're starting the, the
Eulogy. They're going to speak eulogy. They just talk a few minutes about my father, cousins.
Okay, then yes, right.
And after that, it would be better.
Come for Jeremy.
If you reduce me, then I can hear properly what is said.
You have to announce everybody's names, my family. Sanjay is the eldest son, Vijay, Kari, and just open first announce.
Yeah, so you can sometime to know the family this one, okay?
Want to do
Now
that?
knowing this one, right? Yes.
Yes, yeah.
How many watching?
Yeah.
9, okay.
Start calling, yeah. You have to see that I am there. Model better. Now, my killer పేరు మీరు చదవాలి. సరే.
Just give a few more minutes.
You want the...
Sir, no, first introduce చేయాలి.
Yeah, I think that volume is down. It's better.
Now, start the speech and then you can come.
Fix it when I go on speech, okay? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, make sure you press one button. Yeah, make sure you press the button and then you turn the game. And then.
Hello, my name is Sanjay Janap Reddy. I am the eldest son of Mr. J.V. Rao. We are here to to celebrate his life, glorious life, his hard work for his friends and families, whoever he has been associated through the years since my birth. My brother Vijay Janap Reddy, my mom Devi Janap Reddy, my brother's wife Kari Janap Reddy, their daughters Nora Janap Reddy and Maya Janap Reddy. We're all here, and along with Mr. Rao's colleagues and neighbors and friends and well-wishers and anybody who is participating today. With that, I'll introduce my eldest cousin, Mr. Vijay Sundar, to speak a few words about my dad.
So my name is Vijay, and JV is my first uncle from my mother's side. I lost 3 of my uncles in the last 3 to 4 months, and all lived through their life. Uncle, of all I can tell, you are unique. Although we mourn your loss, we find comfort in knowing that you will forever live on through the memories we share. I lost my uncle, and we all lost a very good family member and a friend. But I know this is a huge loss and void for Chitti, Sanjay and Vijay. This is for all of you. Death lives a heartache no one can heal. Love lives a memory no one can steal. Although Uncle has left us and is on his way to a beautiful place, Chitti, Sanjay and Vijay, we are all here for you now and forever. As I was growing up in Chennai, I had very little interaction with Uncle. He was based in Vizag and was working in Abu Dhabi. Grew up knowing of him as a person who came from a very humble beginning and became successful in his career through focus, hard work and dedication. My first interaction with him was when I moved from Australia to Singapore. After I finished my masters, looking for opportunity and planned to settle down in life with a Singaporean who I met in Australia. My mom called me and told me that JV is coming to Singapore and please go and meet him. I went and met him and definitely didn't let me down on the image I had of growing up. He came across very confident and had that cocky sense of overconfidence that is natural to most self-made individuals. We had a long chat that day, and the bonding grew more as we started spending more time, and our journeys were very similar. Little I know how this interaction and relationship with him will eventually change my destiny. As time went by, our interaction and relationship grew. He used to drop by in Singapore every time he came from France before heading back home to Vizag. He used to spend some very good personal time. He was a voracious reader and very passionate about global affairs. Over time, my stay and my plan to settle down grew complex due to the relationship, and Uncle is very black and white in this kind of matter, as he always used to, as he started getting more involved. Sometimes it became very hard for me to share, as he will tell me that don't give me all the cock and bull stories. Slowly, a lot of people got engaged in my story and things became too complex. To make story short, everything came to a grinding halt. And all friends in Singapore for me, I had to leave Singapore for good and went back to Chennai. He already had some plans for me. Never discussed that with me. That is typical JV style. He called my mom and told her that I need to go with him to Vizag. And he was waiting, and he'll be waiting for me in the station tomorrow. I told my mom that I don't want to go, and I was already tired of all the stuff that happened in Singapore. Then she said, "Uncle is calling you. Please go with him, spend some time and come back." I couldn't argue. I left with him. Again, little I knew that there was another saga waiting for me. And they say Vizag is a land of destiny. I landed in Vizag, and uncle took me to NIT, which he won't. I was sitting and reading, waiting for uncle to come that evening. At the end of the day, one person walks up to me and introduces herself as Rukmini, and I'm working here teaching C language. This overtime went on, and you all know by now the outcome with uncle. Rukmini got fired from NIT in Trump style, and he let me go and said he has nothing to do with me anymore. Rukmini and I came to the US, got married, and we were married last 30 years. After a long time, he came and met us in Boston and spent time with him during Vijay's wedding, and finally was very fortunate to have spent a couple of weeks when he came to San Francisco or California, where I live today. Uncle, always I knew in the bottom of my heart that you were a well-wisher and wanted to do the best. It all came from your experience in life, driven by your relentless focus and dedication to go after goals, which I appreciate very much, and now I impart the same message to both my kids. You are part of who I am today. You inspired me by your style, your outlook, and path to life. I want to take this moment to personally thank you for everything you did for me. You had inspired all of us and imparted deeply some valuable life lessons through your life. Uncle, I would like to end by saying, goodbye only exists for people who love with their eyes. There is no separation for those who love with their heart and soul. Rest in peace till we meet again.
Namaste. On behalf of my mom, dad, my sister who's here, and myself, deepest condolences to my aunt, Sanjay, Vijay, and family. So the last time I met Chinnana was in December in Vizag. He was still recovering and had very little to say, but I remember he said some very profound things. Like, he said something like, what goes up has to come down one day. What I admired most about Chinnana was how sharp he was in his prime. I remember once at NIT, one of the levers, that holds that old floppy disks, broke. And I remember he almost instantly improvised, dismantled a plug and used one of the pins as a lever. I was amazed. Chinnana was always pragmatic and approached life in a very scientific way. But as he got older and wiser, I saw him transform into a spiritual being. I have tons of respect for the service he and Pinny have done together in building and running the Baba temple. During my last meeting with him, I could sense a deep level of self-realization within him. Now I would like to recite the Kala Bhairava Ashtakam. For those of you who don't know who Kala Bhairava is, Kala Bhairava is an avatar of Lord Shiva. Kala Bhairava is the Lord of death and time. In spirituality, the words death and time are symbolic. It signifies that time eats away everything. Anything that is present in this world will dissolve and perish with time. I would like to chant the Kala Bhairava Ashtakam to remember and invoke Kala Bhairava so Chinna's Atma can attain peace and liberation. Devarajya Sevamana Pavana Kripankajam Vyalaya Sutram Dushekaram Krupakaram Narada Yogi Vrindavanditam Digambaram Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Bhanukoti Baswaram Bhavabdatarakam Param Neelakanda Nipsiddhartha Dayakam Trilochanam Kala Kala Mambujat Samakshasulamaksharam Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Sulatam Napasatam Napanimadi Syamakayamadi Devamaksharam Niramayam Bhima Vikramam Prabhum Vichitratandavam Priyam Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhajem Bhakti Muktidayakam Prachastacharu Vigraham Bhaktavatsalam Stitam Samastaloka Vigraham Vinikmanan Manogna Hema Kinkini Lasakatim Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhajem Dharma Setu Palakam Tadana Marganasakam Karma Pasamoshakam Susharmadayakam Vibhum Swarna Varna Sesha Pasa Shobitanga Mandalam Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Ratna Paduka Prabha Virama Pada Yugmakam Nityamat Vidya Nistadaivatam Niranjanam Mrityudar Panasanam Karaladam Stramokshanam Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Attahasa Pinna Padmachanda Kosa Santatim Drishtipada Nashtapapa Jalamukrasashanam Ashta Siddhidayakam Kapala Malikadaram Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Bhuta Sanganayakam Vishala Kirtidayakam Kasi Vasaloka Punya Papa Shodakam Vibhum Niti Marga Kovidam Puratanam Jagatpatim Kasika Puradinada Kala Bhairavam Bhaje Kala Bhairavashtakam Patantiye Manoharam Jnanamukti Sadakam Vichitra Punya Vardhanam Shoka Mohadainya Kopratapanasanam Te Prayanti Kala Bhairavam Girisamidam Dhruvam.
Hi everyone, I'm Vijay. I'm Mr. JV's second son. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you all for coming. It's nice. I feel like we're doing it pretty much my dad's style. He likes keeping things very simple. And that was one of the key things that we wanted to kind of remember him by, is keeping things simple. There isn't a thing that goes by in my day where I don't think about my dad. And I mean that. My dad is with me with practically every single thing I do. I'll tell you where it starts. It starts from when I do a workout in the morning like I did with my kids this morning. You know why? He would have me get up at 5 a.m. and do 5 EX every day. And there was a time before his back got hurt, he would actually work out with me trying to set the example, which is pretty much exactly what Nora and I do, or now soon Maya and I do. My point of telling that little bit of story is that he set some very, very high standards very tough cookie. He never let me slide on anything. And that's exactly, what I feel has made me who I am today. My parents like to say, oh, they're very proud of me. I am a faculty member at Harvard, and we do really well. We're very fortunate for all of that. But that's all the icing on the cake. The reality is I am who I am because of all the things that my dad helped me with. Now this could be as simple as what I do in terms of doing the workouts, or it would be when, for instance, when I was working for him, when he was at Schlumberger, and he hired me to do computer programming for his database, which was Lotus Notes back in the day. And I remember the day that he fired me so viciously, which was classic my dad, because I had forgotten to disable what's called a replication, where I was doing some development on some piece of code and it had replicated across the entire globe. And for a company like Schlumberger, where everything relies on these big databases, everything basically came to a halt, and people were calling me as to what was going on. He was so mad, fired me, but of course then he realized he had to bring me back because I was the only one who knew how to fix it. And I remember him sitting with me outside and trying to teach me this lesson. It was like, you can do amazing things, but you have to do them in the right way. It's like, you do something, you make sure, you double check, you triple check. That is what quality is. You don't just do something. You do it with the highest standards and you hold yourself accountable because people rely on you. And those kinds of small examples are exactly what I think about my dad almost every single time. No matter what I do, I feel like I inevitably think of my dad and the things that he's taught me over the years. Now, as I said, he's a very, very tough person when you try to deal with him. He's as Vijayana said, he's a no-nonsense sort of a person. You can't bullshit him by any means or chance. And I think that's kind of what helps me realize that, if you want to be a really good person, it doesn't matter whether you're family or not, there is collective wisdom to kind of just be given away, and it's like, that's exactly what he would do. It would not matter whether it was my brother or me, they would hold high standards. He would hold anybody who comes into this path at very, very high standards. And the amazing thing that I learned about him was that he always just fundamentally cared. It doesn't matter if it's your sons or anybody, he would treat him as a son or a daughter. And he would go on to kind of teaching him the same way, with the same amount of effort and commitment that he would do with both me and my brother. That's remarkable because it left me with such a positive impression. I'm a professor today, and when people ask me why do I do what I do, I don't care about the title, about the job. I do it because I feel like in many ways, the impression that he left on me is that if you know something, then you have a responsibility to teach everyone equally. It doesn't matter if they're within family or outside the family. You treat them all equal. And that's something that sort of left with me. I remember having many conversations with him through life, especially when I finished my PhD. In fact, I would say, even the reason I did the PhD was actually because my dad always thought knowledge was one of the most powerful things, you could acquire. And so he would always encourage me to study harder and push harder and so forth. And so that was the reason I ended up doing a PhD. And after I finished the PhD, I was saying, okay, I'm just going to go do an industry job. And I still remember the conversation in the Maxwell Working Building on the Harvard campus. I was talking to him, and he was constantly saying, you should really consider being a professor, because it's one of the biggest ways you can give back. It's not about you, it's not about how much money you're going to make, how much money do you want to make, because obviously when you graduate, you think about making money and so forth. And he was saying, how much money are you going to make? How much? Tell me a number that's going to make you happy. And he was like, after a certain time, once you reach some amount of money, he was like, it doesn't matter. If you can eat, sleep, have a nice roof, it's what you do beyond that really comes into place. And that conversation, I remember, left a very deep impression on me, because I remember that I was like, oh, maybe that is true, and that really influenced me. He really always would challenge me to think about being a professor. And so that's something I'm a professor today, and it's like every day it's with my, everything I do with the students, and every time I kind of think about it, I hold them to very high standards. It doesn't matter if it's my daughters or if it's anybody else. And that's why I go back to the beginning I was saying, that I feel like my dad's with me all the time, no matter what it is. Good times, bad times, as I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a very tough cookie, and I bet right now it's probably up there looking, saying you should do that better. My dad. But also I always looked at him and felt very positive. I guess over the years I kind of realized that as hard as he is, he's actually a very soft person, and you have to kind of learn how to see through the lens. The way, people care and people love people differently. And his way of showing affection, the way at least I saw it, was that he had a very different lens. I always tell my daughter too, it's like, when people care, that is when they're the hardest on them. Because they actually bother to care. Because that takes a lot of energy from all of us. And so, that's what I kind of come to realize, as much as, originally I used to think that my dad was so tough, is that he bothered to care in his own way. And so, I just want to thank you if you're hearing me wherever you are. I am who I am because of you, and I really appreciate it. I want you to know that I love you very much, and I will love you every single day. And I will make you proud, because I know it is important for you to have a good example. That's it. Thank you so much for hearing me.
My name is Devi Chanapareddy, and my husband passed away. He is, as all these children are telling, he is a very strong personality. He doesn't care for anything. He is only for other people. Like he used to feed a lot of people. He gave life for people. What can I tell? What can I do? I have to keep up his name forever in my life. All my sister children are all here. I have a family. And you people have no idea. My neighbors, they are nice and very sweet. Because I lived here for 20 years in the same house. And I call my neighbor and say something. They will do it for me. It is, I don't know how to explain. He is such a strong personality. When my younger son used to go to the office secretaries, they used to tell him how your mother is handling your dad. It is not easy. We didn't see her any time in the office, but we would like to see her. Because whatever he used to tell, I used to do. I used to be behind the children only most of the time. He used to travel and I used to take care of them. Today in United States, my children, because of my children, I am in United States. Because I want to live with them rest of my life. And then I cannot forget, he is a very hard, even on the bed, he was asking me, I want this, you have to get me, that's it. The chocolate, you name it, you call it. Whatever he wants to eat, he used to tell me, you bring, I don't want to, you don't say anything to me. In the last 1 week, before passing away, he was telling me, I am giving a hard time for you. All these years, he didn't bothered about me. But last, when he was passing away before 3 days, he told me, I don't want to trouble you. He told me like that, and I never expected that he will pass away. Morning, suddenly shocking news. Daddy is not moving. My elder son comes and tells me, come on, you come, mommy. Because normally I used to sleep, I used to sit next to his bed. Till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, it used to go on. He used to call me Papu. My name is Papu, Papati, Pops. He put the name Papu. Papu, Papu, Papu. All the time he was calling me in the bed. Sometimes I used to get mad. No, all the time you don't call me because I should have my time. I told him like that, and then he said, it's okay, I'm not going to trouble you anymore. That's what he told me last of the days, 3 days before. He told me, I'm not going to trouble you anymore. Because for him, I'm only a traveler with him all the time. Wherever he goes, I used to go. I used to stay with him for 4 days. I never stayed with him along in the family with him because he never used to be at home. He was such a traveler, and he used to give me a freedom to travel also. And I used to travel alone sometimes. I want to go to China, he used to buy the ticket. I wanted to go to some other place, he used to buy the ticket. He never used to bother about that. But he is a hardcore, as the children told. He is very strict on his in his mind that he would have stayed much more time also because he was so strong in the mind. Even though he had the Parkinson's disease, which put him on a very bad shape with a paralyzed hand. He cannot eat with his hand. That was troubling him inside because she is feeding me, she is doing everything for me, all the bad things, everything she is doing for me. He was feeling inside that I didn't know, but it's okay. I have to do my job as a wife. I have to be back of my children now. And I don't know what to say. He passed away. No more Mr. Rao for the colleagues. No more Daddy for you. No more Tata and no more Tata for you. It is a hard life I went through him. It is not easy as a wife. Lot of people, they ask me, how many years you lived with him? I married him 75 at the age of, my wedding took place in 75. And all these years I was with him. They used to ask me, what? You were staying with this man for that many years? You would have married another marriage. They used to ask me like that wherever I traveled. It's very hard life. More than 45 years we were together, but not together. He was working, and I used to travel with him, and then my children. I gave the best of my life for my children because both of them I want to make them, they should have higher qualification. I traveled, I'm not highly qualified, I'm not a highly qualified woman, I am a simple person in heart. Thank you, all of you, for coming this funeral.
Yes, about your liver.
Yeah. He is not working, he is very intelligent, that's why he left me and went. He wanted to go to other world. He put all the responsibility on my head. And jolly.
very many times together with Tata, but one thing that lit up his soul and face, I'm used to seeing these kiddos. So Nora, over here, whenever Tata saw Nora, he gave a big smile. And I think we all had trouble finding good pictures of Tata with a smile on. But when he did see Nora doing funny things, he was always, he lit up. So we will remember that. Thank you.
Your colors were choose as the DJ. Said, can Moshe the words uncle matter? Not with a bhakta, just the one.
This way.
Dear friends, it's very difficult for me to see my Guru, even though we lived in the same city the last 10 years. I am unfortunate to be with him. He took me to Singapore in 1994. He was my mentor. He taught me a lot of things. We lived together, myself and my Guru, in Paris. We were in the company provided apartment. He cooked for me. He taught me a lot of computer things. Our family lived in Singapore. My wife, my kids, and Devi Garu, Vijay. And I don't have words to express the gratitude. The love and affection. He is workaholic. I am also workaholic, trained by him. We work in Paris office from 6 to 12 in the night. And we used to go and enjoy half a day on a Sunday. That's all we had. All the other 6.5 days we used to work. We are in the oil and gas company, and he always used to say, 1 hour of downtime in an offshore is millions of dollars, and we are the people who can fix it. It's where I am because of him. He helped maybe hundreds, more than hundreds of people. He has humble beginning, and he lived a humble life, but he always thought about, as Devi said, he never bothered. Though he might have had in his heart about his family, but he never worried about them. He always thought about others, how to improve others, how to help others. He has employed so many of my own family, lot of friends with whom he had association. He has blossomed so many of my friends, my relatives, my lives, for them to reach a better life. He was a tireless person, and as Vijay and Sanjay are telling, he is a tough cookie to make him happy. He was never happy. He is the ultimate point of perfection. He never tolerates incomplete or inadequate work. And, he is a sort of great soul. He lived a model life, and he doesn't preach, he doesn't think, he lived. the life to the best of his ability. I pray, Lord, to give him the place he deserves wherever he is. I pray the Lord in my own language. Uruvai, Aruvai, Uladai, Iladai, Karuvai, Uruvai, Maniyai, Oliyai, Guruvai, Varuvai, Arulvai, Kuvani. Take this great man into your heart, and he will always live till I live in my heart. Thank God.
Thank you all for all the great words about my dad and his achievements in life. I'm very, very proud of him. So, it was me who spent the last days of his life with him as he was never with me, and I was also away, just like my mom. So we were busy studying, educating ourselves, traveling, learning, just like any other family. So finally, towards the end of his career, he was with me only. He just left us. And I don't want to. They all said everything about him, roughly what it's all about. I'm thankful for whatever he's done for me since my childhood. It's just like how he's done. Like my brother said, there's no difference between us and an outsider who we just met. So he's all the same. So. Thank you, Dad. That was a great journey. Right. Now we're going to have some other, normal rituals, whatever, as per our Hindu tradition.
Want to say a few words? Yeah. One second.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Karina, and I was neighbors with them since I was 12. Back and forth. My mother lives there, and it was always nice to know that they were next door. And even when my mom had to work, they always kept an eye on me if I was home alone. And it was comforting to see him whenever he was home because, like they all said, he was always traveling. And so most of the time, I'm like, oh, he's back. Say hi to him when I go to school, and I wish I would have known him a little bit deeper from everything everyone has to say. I feel like I missed out on someone amazing, but I'm glad that I came and got to learn a lot more about him. I felt it was important because we're family in a neighborly way, but even though we're not related, we're always there for each other, and I know I can call them for anything, and I'm just grateful that I got to learn a lot more about him.
Namaste, everyone.
before you are going to start the last rite, I will recite some selected verses of Gita. Before that, make sure your cell phones are in silence mode, no talking, no walking. Make your body straight, relax. Please join with me to do the 3 times of pranayama. We'll inhale slowly, deeply, filling our lungs. With exhaling, we'll make a long sound of Om. That's how we'll do 3 times. Start to inhale. Is the universal name of God. It means the God who is eternal, conscious and bliss, Satchitananda Swarup. The God who is a creator, caretaker and destroyer of the universe. The God who is omnipresent, omniscient and omnipotent. So now some selected verses of Gita, mostly from chapter 2. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashocyanam Ashocastvam Prajnavadangsha Bhashase Gatasu Nagatasungscha Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. Lord Krishna said, Arjun, you grieve over those who should not be grieved for. Yet you speak like a wise person. Remember, wise people do not sorrow over the dead or the living. Natve vaham jatu nasam natum me janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamata param. Arjun, in fact there was never a time when I was not, or when you or these kings were not. Nor is it a fact that hereafter we shall all cease to be. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptir dhirastatra namoyati. Just as childhood, youth and old age, all these are attributed to the soul through this body. Even so, it attains another body. Okay, no talking in between, please. Even so, it attains another body. The wise person doesn't get deluded about this. Na sato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drashtvanta, stvanayos tattvadarshibhi. Arjun, remember, the unreal has no existence, and the real never ceases to be. The reality of both has thus been perceived by the seers of truth, the rishis. Antavanta ime deha nityasyokta sharirinaha anashino prameyasya tasmat yudhyasva bharata. All these bodies pertaining to the imperishable, indefinable and eternal soul are spoken of as perishable. Najayate mriyate va kadachin nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuyah ajo nityah shashvato yam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire vasanse jirnani yatha vihaya navani grahati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirna nyanyani samyati navani dehi. Arjun, remember, the soul is never born nor dies, nor does it become only after being born, because it is unborn, eternal, everlasting and ancient. Even though the body is slain, the soul is not. As a man shedding worn out garments takes other new ones, likewise this embodied soul, casting off worn out bodies, enters into others which are new. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chaidam klidayantyapo, na shoshayati marutaha. Weapons cannot cut this soul, nor can fire burn it. Water cannot wet it, nor can wind dry it. Because acchedyoya madahyoya makledyo shosya evacha nitya sarvagatasthanu rachaloyam sanatanaha. Because this soul is incapable of being cut, it is proof against fire, it is undriable as well. This soul is eternal, immovable, constant and everlasting. Avyaktoyam achintyoya mavikaryoyam uchyate tasmadevam viditvainam nano shochitum arhasi. This soul is unmanifest, it is unthinkable, and it is spoken of as immutable. Therefore, knowing this such as, you should not grieve. Athachainam nityajatam nityam vamanyase mritam tathapi tvam mahabaho naivam shochitum arhasi. And Arjuna, if you should suppose this soul to be subject to constant birth and death, even then you should not grieve like this, because jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyerthe natvam shochitum arhasi. For in that case, death is certain for the birth and rebirth is inevitable for the dead. You should not therefore grieve over the inevitable. Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidananyeva tatra ka paridevana. Before birth, beings are manifest to our senses. At death, they return to the unmanifest again. They are manifest only in the interim between the birth and the death. But occasion then for this lamentation. Dehi nityam avadhoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum arhasi. The soul dwelling in the bodies of all can never be slain. Therefore, Arjuna, you should not mourn for anyone. So these are some selected verses of Gita. Thank you everyone for being here to pay tribute and celebrate the life and accomplishment of Sri Vibhishan Rao Janapareddy. Normally people are busy in their day-to-day life, although every human being in certain time he thinks about what is life, what happens to someone after death, before birth, where are we? But because of our day-to-day life busy schedule, we sometimes forget it. But when something happens like this to our dear and near, these questions constantly pop up to our mind. So, here is some light on this intricate subject to understand, and it will help to console according to the Hindu or Sanatana Dharma philosophy. It will take 7 to 8 minutes. Bear with me. Remember, according to Hindu philosophy, the life is not an original entity. It's a combination. What we call life, me, you and anyone, all the lives. It's a combination of two different things. One is body, which is material, made of matters. That's how it is perishable, because that's the nature of matter. When you say body, it's the body, mind, soul, everything. Body, mind, intellect, everything. But the other component of our existence is called soul, Atma, which is immortal, divine. It's a conscious entity, quite different from this physical body, in which it lives from time to time. So it is by nature eternal, pure, and consciousness It has no physical form, but possesses a subtle body called Sukshma Shariram. All lives, it can be a human or non-human form, like animals, birds, insects, anything. Where there is a life, the life is symptom because there is soul behind it. So there is a soul. But this soul is not affected by any changes going on in this body. It takes one form after another form, account of its own karmas, actions. When it's actions, it's not what we do physically. It's one component of the whole action. What we speak, what we think, and what we do, and also what we experience. All these are countable for our pleasure or pain of this life and also the next life. So a person's existence doesn't begin with birth, remember, and also it doesn't terminate with the death of this physical body. There is an indweller, that is the Atma, soul, who manifests in a given body in order to experience the results of its previous deeds. When a given physical body is somehow unable to sustain the life, this Jivatma, in soul, gives up its current form to assume another one, to continue again its own experiences based on the results of its prior karmas, actions. So as soon as the soul leaves the body, it adopts another intangible, subtle body, and from that beginning of the conception, the limbs start to grow day by day. So this is called as transmigration of souls, or in our Indian language we call it sansara. Sansara means something which is constantly moving. So the entrance of a soul into a body is called the beginning of the process of birth, and the soul's departure from the body is called death. Remember, a body is dead if the soul is absent in it. That's the definition of death according to in the philosophy. Just as you move from one house to another house, the soul passes from one body to another body. Just as a man casting of worn out garments takes a new one, so the dweller in this body, casting of worn out bodies, enters into others which are new. But remember, life doesn't stop. Life flows until it gets its sublime destination, and that destination is called mukti, liberation, moksha, kaivalya. There are so many other names. Means the absolute liberation from the cycle of death and birth and merging in the blissful God. So the death is not the end of life. It doesn't end our personality and self-consciousness. It's merely cessation of an important individuality who was dear or near to us for a certain period of time with different names of relationship. Remember, our relationship for a limited period of time, parents, children, spouse, siblings, friends, all these are for a limited period of time. And this death is a necessary and passing phenomena. It becomes the starting point of a new life. It opens the door to another form of life. After death, all the senses, it's not that only soul goes out of the body. Our mind, our senses, our intellect, all those who are also going to be in dormant stage and being carrier of soul going to another body. A dead body remains like a log of wood after the soul has departed from the body. It is the soul that enlivens, galvanizes and directs the body, the mind, the intellect, anything functioning inside our body, brain, nervous system, whatever we call. That's how, in the absence of soul, nothing works. No brain, no intellect, no mind, no body, no senses, nothing works. So soul is the inner ruler and director of all these things, mind, intellect, senses, etc. And the brain or mind or intellect, whatever you say, it borrows its life from this soul, from the presence of the soul. Consciousness is the evidence of the existence of a soul. So, I'm making summarize. The individual soul, along with mind, senses, live its former body and obtains a new body. All the elements accompany the soul, like sense, mind, etc., and remain at the time of death quite inoperative, or they remain there in a dormant stage, accompanying this departing soul, and also it carries with itself the most important factor, all the subconscious memories left by its prior actions. We call it karma sanskara, or the subconscious memories, or mental imprints of our past experience or karmas, which are the seeds of new life, new experience, new body. These subconscious memories play an active part in molding the character of the person in next life. Its fresh actions in the next birth are motivated by those subconscious memories or karma sanskaras. The senses attain skill in performing certain works even without no training, no practice. And there are others, even our own siblings, even twins, they cannot do the same work after getting lots of training, practice. Both the twins or siblings behave differently. The parenting is same, the schooling is same, ecosystem is same, everything is same. Still, both of them, their attitude is different, their nature is different, their interest is different. Why? All this is due to the revival or non-revival of their past subconscious memories or karma sanskaras, which is carrying with the soul to the new body. And soul comes back again and again in different life forms according to its past karmas. So, at the end, our scriptures advise us, do not identify this body. You are not this perishable body. You are the imperishable, immortal soul. The body is yours. The mind is yours. The intellect is yours. You don't say that I am the house, because the house is yours. The house is yours, you are using this house to enjoy it. In the same way, God has given this body to soul to enjoy the universe. But we are not the body. Then who are we? We are the immortal divine soul. Like the Lady Madalasa, the Queen Madalasa used to say to her newborn babies, whenever she had a baby, newborn baby, she always whispered into the ears of her newborn babies, Shuddhosi, Buddhosi, Niranjanosi. Oh my newborn baby, you are Shuddha, pure by nature. You are enlightened by nature. You are stainless by nature. You are divine by nature. All the corruptions come to us is because of the society, the material world. By nature, our real entity, the soul, is divine, pure, and stainless. We need to identify ourselves with that. That's our scriptures say. And to feel this, to realize this, we need to purify our mind, purify our thought process, purify our actions. Then only, and also, we have to do the spiritual practices, meditate, fix our mind and our soul. Then we can realize our essential divine nature. Then we will be freed from the wheel of birth and death. Then also we will attain the eternal bliss, the Paramananda, or the immortality, the Amritattva. We finally bow to the will of Paramatma, Almighty, since He alone knows the best of well-being of all of us. We humbly pray to that Paramatma to provide His shelter and His protection to the departed noble soul of Vibhishan Rao Janaparediji. On behalf of everyone, we offer our heartfelt condolences. May the Lord grant strength and courage to the surviving members, to all the relations and friends. May God confer on the soul a happy transition to its sublime destination. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hereafter, I am going to we will do the last rite there. It will take about 10 to 12 minutes. Then we will proceed to the crematorium for the cremation. There it will take 2 to 3 minutes. Then we will be done. Okay, just here. So all the both of you, the sons.
Yeah.
So take your shoes off and come here.
White. Stay there.
So this is to clean your hand. Just wrap it like this. Yeah. So now make a pit in your hand here and hold the water. Repeat after me. Say Om Tatsat Sri Brahmano Vidya Daharate Vaivasvata Manvantare Ashta Vidushati Tame Kali Prathame Charane Ashiti Uttare Dvi Sahasra Tame Vikrama Samvatsare Dakshinayane Sharatritau Ashvinamase Shuklapakshe Saptamyam Tithau Purvashada Nakshatre Sukravasare Anantakoti Brahmande Sauramandale Prithvigrahe Uttara America Khande America Deshe Texas Pradeshe Houston Nagare Winford Funeral Home Ityatra Aham. Take your name, full name with your surname.
Sanjay Jana Paredi, Vijay Jana Paredi.
Your Gotra? Paidapal Gotra. Go on, again, repeat it. Utpannasya. Asmat. Vituhu. Take your father's full name.
Janapa Reddy Vibhishana Rao.
Devasya. Antyeshti karma. Karvani. That is what I put it here. Some ritual will be there. So like we do Havan, Homa, so with every Swaha, we will take little bit. I am showing you. So sometimes we say, take Swaha. When you listen the word Swaha, it will be like this. And you will take like this Samagri, like this. In the beginning, the 5 mantras only key, gold key. Om Agnaye Swaha, Idam Agnaye Dannamama. Om Somaya Swaha, Idam Somaya Dannamama. Om Lokaya Swaha, Idam Lokaya Dannamama. Om Anumataye Swaha, Idam इदमनुमतये इदन्नमम ॐ स्वर्गाय लोकाय स्वाहा इदं लोकाय इदन्नमम. Okay, so hereafter it will go with this little bit and just little bit and too much. And ॐ सूर्यं चक्षुर्गच्छतु वातमात्माद्यां च गच्छ पृथिवीं च धर्मणा अपोवा गच्छ यदि तत्तते तमौषधीषु प्रतिष्ठा शरीरैः स्वाहा. ॐ अजुभागस्तपसा तं तपस्वतं ते शोचिस्तवधूतं ते अर्चि यास्ते शिवा तन्नो जातवेद वीर्वहीनं सुकृतां मुखं स्वाहा. ॐ अवसृज पुनरग्ने पितृभ्यो यस्ताहुतश्चरति स्वधावि आयुर्वसानुपवेतु शेषः सङ्गच्छतां तन्नो जातवेद स्वाहा. ॐ अग्निर्वर्म परिगो गिर्वयस्व सम्प्रणुस्व पिबसा मेधसा च यत्वा तृष्णुर्हरसा जरुषाणो दद्भिदक्षन् पर्यङ्ख्यातेः स्वाहा. ॐ यं त्वमग्ने समदमस्तु निर्वापया पुनज्ञां वक्त्ररोहतु पाकदुर्वा व्यर्कषाः स्वाहा. ॐ परिवासं प्रभतो महिरं बहुव्यपन्थामनुस्पस्पानं वैवस्वतं सङ्गमनं जनानां यमं राजानं हविषाधुवस्य स्वाहा. ॐ यमो न गातुं प्रथमो विवेद नैषागव्युतिरपवर्तवाहु यत्रा न पूर्वे पितरः परयुरेना जिज्ञाना प्रत्यानु स्वाहा स्वाहा. मातलीकवीर्यम अङ्गिरो बृहस्पतिर्युक्वभिर्वा प्रधानः यांश्च देवः पृथुर्ये च देवातं स्वाहान्ये स्वधान्ये वदन्ति स्वाहा. ॐ इमं यमप्रस्तरमाहि शिलाङ्गिरोभिः पितृभिः संविधान आत्ममन्त्रा कविशस्ताभत्वेन राजन्हविषा मादयस्व स्वाहा. ॐ यमाय सोमं सुनुत यमाय ज्योता हविः यमः यज्ञो गच्छति अग्निदूत अलङ्कृतः स्वाहा. ॐ यमाय कृतवत् हविर्जुहोत प्रचतिष्ठत सम्नो देवेश्व यमद्दीर्घमायुः प्रजीवसेः स्वाहा. ॐ यमाय मधुमदत्तमं राज्ञे हव्यं जुहोतन इदं नम ऋषिभ्यः पूर्वजेभ्यः पूर्वेभ्यः पतिकृभ्यः स्वाहा. ॐ कृष्णाश्वेत अरुषोयामो अस्य वृद्ध रुचिर उदशो यशस्वान् हिरण्यरूपं जनिता जजान स्वाहा. ॐ प्राणिभ्यः सधिपतिकेभ्यः स्वाहा. After it will be a little faster. You can take full spoon and make it for fun for illness, etc. A little faster. Om Prithivye Swaha. Om Agnaye Swaha. Like this. So take like this. Swaha. Swaha. Because it is first. Okay. Agnaye Swaha. Antarikshaya Swaha. Vayave Swaha. Dive Swaha. सूर्याय स्वाहा दिभ्यः स्वाहा चंद्राय स्वाहा नक्षत्रेभ्यः स्वाहा अभ्यः स्वाहा वरुणाय स्वाहा नाभ्यै स्वाहा. ॐ भूताय स्वाहा ॐ वाचे स्वाहा ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा ॐ चक्षुषे स्वाहा ॐ श्रोत्राय स्वाहा ॐ लोमाभ्यः स्वाहा ॐ त्वचे स्वाहा ॐ लोहिताय स्वाहा ॐ मेदोभ्यः स्वाहा मांसेभ्यः स्वाहा ॐ स्नावभ्यः स्वाहा ॐ मस्तभ्यः स्वाहा ॐ मज्जेभ्यः स्वाहा ॐ रेतसे स्वाहा तयोर्क्युज स्वाहा ॐ आयासाय स्वाहा ॐ पायासाय स्वाहा ॐ पायवे स्वाहा ॐ संयासाय स्वाहा व्यासाय स्वाहा उद्यासाय स्वाहा शुचे स्वाहा शोचते स्वाहा शोचमानाय स्वाहा शोकाय स्वाहा तपसे स्वाहा तप्यते स्वाहा तप्यमानाय स्वाहा तप्ताय स्वाहा घर्माय स्वाहा निष्कृत्यै स्वाहा प्रायश्चित्यै स्वाहा भेषजाय स्वाहा यमाय स्वाहा अंतकाय स्वाहा ऋतवे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा विश्वभ्यो देवेभ्यः स्वाहा देवा पृथिवीभ्यां स्वाहा. Now it's a little longer. ॐ सूर्यं चक्षुषा गच्छ वातमात्मना दिवं च गच्छ पृथिवीं च धर्मभिः अपो वा गच्छ यदि तत्र तेहितमौषधीषु प्रतिष्ठा शरीरैः स्वाहा. ॐ सोम एकेभ्यः पवते घृतमेक उपासते येभ्यो मधु प्रधावति तां चिदवापि गच्छताः स्वाहा. ॐ ये चित्पूर्वं ऋतसाता ऋतजाता ऋतावृधाः ऋषं तपस्वतो यमो तपोजामपि गच्छताः स्वाहा. ॐ तपसा ये अनादृश्या तपसा ये स्वर्ययुः तपो ये चक्रिरे महतां चिरवापि गच्छताः स्वाहा. ॐ ये युध्यन्ते प्रथमेषु शूरासु ये तनुत्यज ये वा सहस्रदक्षिणातां चिरवापि गच्छताः स्वाहा. यों स्योनास्मै भव पृथिवी अंतरिक्षरा निवेशिनी यच्छास्मै शर्म सप्रथा स्वाहा ओम यमो परवर विवस्वन्तात परम नाति पश्यामि किंचन यमि अध्वरो अधिमे विष्णु भुव विवस्वन् अन्वा तथा न स्वाहा ओम अग्नये रैमते स्वाहा ओम पुरुषस्य सयावर्यपे दधामि मृज्महे यथो न अत्र नापरः पुराजरस आयाति स्वाहा ओम य एतस्य पदो गुप्तारस्तेभ्यः स्वाहा ओम य एतस्य पदो रक्षितारस्तेभ्यः स्वाहा य एतस्य पदो विरक्षितारस्तेभ्यः स्वाहा ओम छात्रे स्वाहा अपाक्षात्रे स्वाहा अभिलालपते स्वाहा अपलालपते स्वाहा अग्नये कर्मकृते स्वाहा यमत्रनाधिमस्तस्मै स्वाहा ओम अग्नये वैश्वानराय सुभृगाय लोकाय स्वाहा उमायातु देव सुमनाभिरुतिभिर्यमो हमेह प्रयताभिरक्ता आसीदतां सुप्रयते हि वरिशुज्याय जात्यै मम शत्रुहत्यै स्वाहा ओम योस्य कोष्ट्य जगत पार्थिवस्य एकैर्वशी यमं भङ्क्वश्रवगाय यो राजा अनुपराध्यः स्वाहा ओम यमं गाय भङ्क्वश्रवयो राजा अनुपराध्य येनापुनद्य धन्वानि येन द्वै पृथिवी दृढा स्वाहा ओम हिरण्यकच्छन् सुमधुरान् हिरण्याक्षन् अयश्वकान् अश्वानन शतदानं यमो राजा वितिष्ठति स्वाहा ओम यमुदाधार पृथिवीं यमो विश्वमिदं जगत् यमाय सर्वमित्तस्ते यत् प्राणान् वायुरक्षितं स्वाहा ओम यथा पंच यथा षट् यथा पंचदशर्षय यमं विद्युत् सब्रूयात् तथैकर्षिर्विजानते स्वाहा ओम यथा आहानि अनुपूर्वं भवन्ति यथार्तव ऋषुभिर्यन्ति क्लप्ता यथा न पूर्वमपरो जहत्येव धातारायुंसि कल्पयेषां स्वाहा वायोरनिलममृतमथेदं तस्मान्तं शरीरम् ओम क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर कृते स्मर कृतं स्मर स्वाहा Samna Indragni Bhavatamavo.
When should I?
Abhavishannam Indra Varuna Ratahabhya Shamindra Soma Suvita Yashamyo Shamna Indra Pushana Vajasato. No crying, no crying. Just sprinkle a little bit all over the body. So this is sandal water. So first we make a tilak here, then also sprinkle all over the body. Om Shanno Bhaga Shamu Shanso Santustu Samna Purandhi Shamu Santuraya Shamna Satyasya Suyamasya Samya Shamyo Aryama Purujato Astu Shamno Dhata Shamu Dhartano Astu. Just sprinkle all over the body. Samna Supratam Supratani Shanto Shamna Ishiro Abhivatu Vataha. Saram. Shamna Surya Ruchaksha Udetu Shamna Tisra Pradisho Bhavantu Shamna Parvata Dhruvayo Bhavantu Shamna Sindhavo Shantu Apaha. Stay.
Yes.
Om Shanno Aditya Bhavatu Pratevi Shanno Bhavatu Maruta Svarkaya Om Shanno Vishnu Shanno Vishnu Om Astu Pavitram Shamvastu Vayuhu. विश्व राजति शं नो अस्तु द्विपदेशं चतुष्पदे ॐ शं नो वात पवतां शं नः स्तवतु सूर्य शं नः कनिकृतद्देव पर्जन्यो अभिवर्षतु। शन्नो देवीरविष्टय आपो भवन्तु पीतये शन्नो रवि स्रवन्तु नः। ॐ यज्जाग्रतो दूरमुदैति दैवं मततु सुप्तस्य तथैवैति दूरङ्गमं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिरेकं तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत् परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वं येन यज्ञस्तायते सप्तहोतास्तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। ॐ यस्मिन् ऋचः साम यजंसि यस्मिन् प्रतिष्ठिता रथना वा विमारा यस्मिन् चितं सर्वभूतं प्रजानां तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। Oh, you want to put it? Okay. That would be great. ॐ वायोरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर कृतं स्मर क्लिबे स्मर। ॐ वायोरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर क्लिबे स्मर कृतं स्मर। Once again, hold your hand. वायोरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर क्लिबे स्मर कृतं स्मर। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Take your seat. Give me just 2 minutes to finish it. ॐ ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्यां जगत् तेन त्यक्तेन भुञ्जिता मा गृधः कस्य स्वेद्धनम्। ॐ कुर्वन्निवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषेत् सतं समः एवं त्वयि नान्यथेतोऽस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे। ॐ हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदाधार पृथिवीं द्यामुते माहं तस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम। ॐ येनेदं भूतं भुवनं भविष्यत् परिगृहीतममृतेन सर्वं येन यज्ञस्तायते सप्तहोता तन्मे मनः शिवसङ्कल्पमस्तु। ॐ अग्नेन यसुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठां ते नमौक्तिं विधेम। ॐ अग्न आयाहि वीतये कृणानो हव्यदातये निहोता सत्सिवर्षि। So, here the last rite is done, rest of thing will do there. Can you inform the funeral home people, they will come to arrange it?
How will we finish here? With that here? We finish here?
Here we finish.
Finish. Okay, so we'll go there. 10 off, okay, let's keep everything here. Yeah. On with,
Yes.
okay. You can turn off that camera. Turn off. Just only this one live.
Just take some photos. There are some flowers for that. Do you have any extra flowers?
I can take from here.
Okay. There is.
No. I thought it's fine. Where's the cable for the one?
That's over there.
Yeah,
Over here.
because this one we have in a battery. Let me check that. So they are here. You can stay here.
शरीरं पुंसतो स्मरकृतं स्मर वायोरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरं पुंसतो स्मरकृतं स्मर
Excuse me. Please, sorry.
So I have broken it. So you hold it like this, and we will take 3 rounds anti-clockwise. Like this, then you start your count. And while you are moving, just make a little bit twisted so the water can drop here. You can move, constantly. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Krato Smarakritam Smara. Be careful. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Krato Smarakritam Smara. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Krato Smarakritam Smara. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Krato Smarakritam Smara. Both of you come.
Yeah. Just keep it now. Now there's okay. The other cable. That's fine. Just close it to the okay. Camera on the live. This one going live, so just that's fine. Just take care of this. Take care of it.
Hold it, hold it. Carefully. Like this. Just take 1 round and come. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram. One second. Come. Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram Om Vayoranilamamritamethedam bhasmantam shariram. And the body goes to the fire. Just touch the basket. But be strong. You can do it, but be strong. Don't clap. If you are strong, then
I'm going to raise up, guys, and then you guys just assist to push forward.
fine. Push forward a little bit. That's it. Yeah, go ahead. All right. Push all the way in. Go ahead.
वायुरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर. So both of us go there. Wait. He will do. Both of you go there. Yeah. ॐ वायुरनिलममृतमथेदं भस्मान्तं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतं स्मर.
Start. Are you ready to start? All right.
Yeah. वां त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युमुक्षीयमामृतात्. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ॐ जौ शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्तिः पृथिवी शान्तिराप. शान्तिरेव शान्तिः सा मा शान्तिरेधि. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Namaste. So with this, the funeral rite and cremation will now continue. Okay, thanks, thank everyone. That's it. You have to contact them. They will buy maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. They will buy you.
You do this thing, okay?
Okay, let me see. Click the live button and then the recording button. Well, it's still live, but I stopped recording.
You can cut now. Nobody watching now. You can stop. Stop and complete.